Welcome to Your Science. We're back. More topo map stuff. How big should my head be? All right, what I'm going to have you do here, this is going to be part of your lab. The newest link I sent you should have a couple additional features here. One of them being that you can change what the map looks like. And I'm thinking what we want to do is the straight up imagery one. What this lets us do is see like actual satellite imagery of the surface of the Earth. I'm going to have you do two profiles over here and then calculate the gradients. And really, that's the important part. If this is a Labrador ski area, so if you've been there, you might know this a little bit more. If you're not a skier, you haven't been here yet, this is where I grew up skiing. And what I want to do is compare two trails. So one will be this one right here, which is kind of the first green circle one you do, the first easy one you do there. And I think for doing this, I think what I've found easier, honestly, is to make the line like nice and long. I'm going to do more than I actually intend on calculating. That's just going to give me the flexibility when I get over here. That's your call. There's not only one way to do this, but I think that's maybe the easier way. Note that you can still zoom in and out a little bit once you're there. So in fact, you can get right to the top of the chairlift up here. If you want to say that's about where I want to start, play with this until you get it. Okay, right about there. Give me those numbers. And then come on down here to where the chairlift picks you up. And again, play with it until you get the little blue dot down there and give me those numbers. Now, okay, we got some across the street. We got some flat here. We don't need it. But this gives us at least from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, gives us a pretty good run on what we're looking for. Okay, so if you got to pause this video and come back to it, whatever it takes. But that's one. That's a green circle trail called Badger. And what I want you to do is calculate a gradient for it. Then we're going to do what is maybe the harder trail. These two skinny ones are maybe the hardest, but the harder big trail. Maybe it's called ptarmigan. I don't remember. It's been too long. But it doesn't really matter. So we're going to do the same thing over there, with the intent being that I want you to compare the gradients on an easy trail to a hard trail. So same deal here. And again, if you got to pause the video to kind of line up where these trails are, that'll be the idea. Hopefully the link I send you brings you right to this mountain. And then you'll go from the top of the chairlift there down to the bottom of the chairlift there and call it good. Again, don't calculate gradient for the flat stuff across the street. That's not going to do us much good. All right, that's one part of this multi-part lab that I'm planning to check the gradients of two ski slopes at Labrador Ski Mountain. There will be more. That's it for this one, though. We'll press stop.